Okay, this week it's time to finish off the adventure books that I have. And this one is Keys from the Golden Vault. So this one I have as you can see, the alternate artwork on it. So what comes to mind with the front artwork for me at least is for veterans of Elder Scrolls, you probably remember Skyrim. The latest one, of course, is like a 13 years ago now. At this point, that was released. Like when you're sitting there, little screen comes up and you're lock picking. That's what comes to mind with the front cover and everything. So I'm sure that'll bring back memories for a lot of people and everything. So the Keys to the Golden Vault is a collection of heists. Now there's a total of 13 different ones. So for instance, the description of this is Keys from the Golden Vault presents 13 D&D adventures that feature heists. In each adventure, the characters receive a mission, plan the job, execute their plan, and try to escape the scene. You can run each heist as a standalone adventure or as a part of a larger campaign. And this one, each adventure can be adapted to take place in any campaign set in you wish, so you can pretty much run it in anywhere. Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, Eberron, Greyhawk, you name it. Even your own homebrewed D&D campaign that you made yourself and everything. So to start this off, it gives using adventure, so it gives a mission brief, it plans the heist, execute the heist, conclude the heist, and so it gets into running the adventures, creating a heist crew. So you could in a sense run a whole team of rogues or whatever, but I'm always big on you may want to have different classes to be able to cover different skills, your traditional party of fighter, rogue, wizard, and cleric and everything. So you have all your bases covered. So but to each his own. So and like I said, with this one, it's it can be a campaign of heists, one right after another to basically get all the way up to probably level 12 or 13 or so. So now with the heist adventures, you pretty much can start off at level 1 with all of them. Of course, being one shots, you could introduce the mid campaign or whatever. So if you're kind of looking at something a side job, or kind of a bridge the gap in between or in downtime between one scene of your campaign and the next and everything, you can quite possibly run one of these to kind of help level up your characters or whatever. So there's any number of ways you can introduce one or all of these together. So to get into the campaigns with these, or the heists, it goes from you have to start off with the base level from levels 1 all the way up to 11. There's it says 13 of them. So the first one is the Murkmire Malevolence at level 1. Retrieve a mysterious egg ensconced in a museum to avert disaster. 2 is the Stygian Gambit. Rob a Nine Hells themed casino built with stolen money. 3 is Reach for the Stars. Search for the Celestial Codex in a mansion warped by the Far Realm. Level 4 is Prisoner 13. Obtain the key to a vault from a spy master imprisoned in Revel's End. There's 2 level 5s. Clockworks. Liberate a Grey Gnome town besieged by clockwork automatons. And the other one is Masterpiece Imbroglio. Infiltrate a thieves guild to retrieve a stolen patent. 6 is Axe from the Grave. Recover a stolen mandolin to lay a dead bard's spirit to rest. 7 is Vidurant's Vault. Retrieve a stolen diadem from the vault of a notorious thief. Now there's 2 for level 8s. First one is Shard of the Accursed. Use a magical shard to mend the giant's broken heart and save a town from destruction. The second 8 is Heart of Ashes. Retrieve a king's heart to save his kingdom from a terrible fate. 9 is Affair on the Concordant Express. Obtain information from a stranger traveling aboard an interplanar train. 10 is Party at Palisade Hall. Snatch a diamond from an archmage in the Feywild. And to finish it off is Fire and Darkness at level 11. Wrest the Book of Vile Darkness from an Ifriti and his lackeys. So the Book of Vile Darkness is in a sense one of those major artifacts or whatever, and it's a book as it entails and everything. So they did make a third D&D movie years ago. The first D&D movie came back out in '98. They made a sequel to that one, and then they did make a third one based on the Book of Vile Darkness and everything. But I remember watching that one. It wasn't not necessarily I think the greatest, but it's well, it's a movie, so. But the whole concept of these though is in a sense giving you ideas for in a sense to run a rogue or a thief centric kind of a campaign, hence a heist and everything. So you also are in a sense coming up against a rival crew in play. So in each one you're also again as it entails a rival crew, so you're basically going up against the clock and everything against another team. So they do have rival crew crew motivations, and so they have tables and stuff in here that help explain the motivations for each of the different one shots or whatever. So that way you can sit there and hey, you're racing against the clock, and so it's not just you that are going after whatever each one in adventure or whatever. You also have this other team that's after the same thing and everything. So for those that are Farscape fans, in season 3 when the crew of Moyo is trying to in a sense do a heist on a Shadow Depository, something like that comes to mind. If you don't know what that is, go check out Farscape. Now you're going to want to watch seasons 1 and 2, so that way you have the background information. So when you get into season 3 and see the heist of the Shadow Depository, it's the same kind of concept, but that's in in a science fiction realm or setting. So as my cat is trying to heist some attention and everything, yes, the star of the show, aren't you? Yeah, it's yes, I'm trying to run a heist to get attention. Yes. So this book is the first few pages, you can see as I do a quick flip through the first as I bumble through this, and the first few pages are the background information, and then you actually get into the actual adventures and everything. So you have the background information to be able to get a good overview of the different adventures. And so then of course with the vast majority of it, as you can see, is the actual adventures, because there's 13. So and the Book of Vile Darkness that was mentioned, and of course I kind of mentioned the movie, so I saw that probably 10 years ago, and so I haven't seen it since and everything. So and like I said, it's not a very good movie, but this one is a whole just what's good is that it's a one shot. So as of the recording of this video, I'll be getting into I actually did find a group and everything, so I'll be jumping in as a player, but we're going to be running through Keel Keep Mysteries. So that's another one shot. So I might mention this to the DM, be oh, hey, here's another one. And so I mean, I have it, but I really haven't looked through it and everything. So I'll be hey, here's an idea for more one shots and everything. So the great thing about one shots is that with new players, especially in the group that I'll be playing with, there's going to be at least a couple people that are new. It's a great way to introduce D&D to the players. So you don't necessarily have a whole campaign and feel overwhelmed as a new player. So that's where one shots really shine and everything. Is you can come in, write up a real character, and kind of do the one shot over 1 or 2 sessions, and kind of get a feel for oh, hey, this is kind of cool and everything. So that's where one shots kind of come in handy for new players, is to get them interested. For someone like me, I having decades of experience of playing on and off and everything, all the way from 2nd edition through 3rd edition. I didn't play 4th edition, but I did play 5th edition. I prefer campaigns, but that's more based on me having experience. But I'll reiterate, the great thing about one shots this and everything is that you don't necessarily have to write up a character and then okay, play the same character for a year or two based on like one campaign. Like you can play different characters. So like you could write up a character, uh, and that's another way. Like one shots like this shine is that you can write up different characters, run different like instance campaigns or whatever. Like you can for one you can write up like a barbarian. The second one you could probably run like as a bard, and the third one the wizard. So you get like a more feel for different classes and everything. So that's like another way that one shots our shine is that even like a veteran player like myself, I could jump in to play like as a player into one of these and be like, you know what, we're doing a one shot, so like I'm going to play like a sorcerer this time, or like, oh, I haven't played a monk yet, so like I think I'll play a monk for this one shot and everything. So that's the other way that like a veteran player like me or any other veteran player could be like, you know what, this I might not be a big fan of like one shots, but you know what? I'm gonna give this a try so I can do a different different type of character than I normally play and everything. So again, to each his own. So this is the last one of the adventure books I have, and then like pretty much we'll start getting into like the some of the other the books that I have and some of the other RPGs that are out there. So that way people do have an idea on other RPGs that are out there other than just Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder.